Ah, yes. Welcome to the One Show with Alex Jones. It was good, wasn't it? Wasn't it good? Tell me it was good.
Look, right, this is what's been happening. We have been playing mini-golf out there all afternoon, which is the reason why he is like this, because he got a hole-in-one. Of course he did.
Well, I mean, there was a ramp involved, and there it was, straight in the hole. But to be fair, here is Alex on shot number 482. And, no, but look, we're going to slow-mo this at the end because it does hit the pole.
See, for me, that's an in. That is a hole-in-one right there.
Are you sure?
Why? What's the catch?
Well, apparently the player that gets a hole-in-one has to buy a round.
Oh, well done, Matt. Congratulations. You're welcome to it.
Well, it was mini-golf, so I've got some mini-drinks. There we are, look, Al, help yourself. Look at those little cups, aren't they lovely?
They're very cute. Actually, a bit tight of you, but...
Cheers. And you... Team, don't be shy. Honestly, I got them.
What the heck is in there? Anyway, the golf course is a treat for tonight's guest, who is a golf-loving comedian and panel show regular, writer and presenter.
She is also a former lawyer, a cat fanatic, and she's followed around by an imaginary crab.
Confused? Well, we'll explain the crab later. But right now, let's welcome to the show Susan Calman.
Susan!
Lovely to have you.
Would you like a mini drink, Susan?
I love her.
There we are. It is a bit weird. I'm not really sure what's in it, but there we are.
Is it like...
It's that small, you know.
I was always told not
all.
to accept drinks from strange men.
No.
So.
I think it's like EastEnders lager, not quite the real thing.
Oh, well. Anyway, carry on.
It's all right. So we heard that you approach life like a lawyer because, as Matt said, you used to be one.
I was a lawyer for 7 years.
All right. So any caveats that you'd like to put into the one-show contract?
I think I'd like to have a go at the mini-golf later on. So if you could arrange for the sun to continue to shine, because it feels like I'm on my summer holidays. It's lovely and warm.
Well, to be honest with you, as it was lovely weather, that's why we set up the golf.
Beautiful.
Susan,
yes.
Golf.
Yes,
perfect.
I've golfed for many years. 25 years.
Oh, well, there we go.
You may be able to beat the baker then.
Yes.
Hole in one later. Lovely. I tell you what, you are the beautiful part of the world that you're from.
Yes.
And if you do take an afternoon drive up from Susan's place near Glasgow, through Stirling, up through Perth, the A9. That's honestly the A9. Beautiful. You might, to carry on, you might eventually decide to stop in Aviemore in the Cairngorms.
Nice, yeah.
With its beautiful rivers, gorgeous lochs, snow-capped mountains. Shall I go on?
No, it sounds lovely. It does sound lovely. But with all that water everywhere...
And we're joined by some dancers from Pineapple Studio, not too far away. Lovely to see you. Thanks for popping in.
It was a lovely film, actually, wasn't it?
We'll have a boogie later.
No, then, Susan, we all know you from panel shows like Have I Got News For You and QI and Radio 4, of course. But on your passport, it says that you're a writer, which, of course, you are, because you've just brought this book out.
Yes.
Called Cheer Up, Love. Now, the book confronts depression head-on.
Yes,
really,
it does.
Doesn't it? What was the process for you like, then, of opening up and getting that down on paper?
Well, I have depression, and I say that in quite a normal fashion. And the hope really with the book and writing about the fact I have depression is that it becomes quite a normal thing to say, that you don't need to sit everyone down and I've got something to tell you. You know, I hurt my shoulder. The other day I can say to you I hurt my shoulder. And a lot of people are still quite frightened of saying that they have depression. So in the book, it's a funny book. But it also deals with some quite serious issues. But it really is just about trying to normalise it. Because people don't talk about it.
Have you always felt like that? Because you had depression from a very, very young age, didn't you?
Yes, I did. From teenage years, I've been depressed, and I didn't talk about it at all, and it made it far worse.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's really helped me is to admit it and to talk about it. And what's surprising is when you say you have it, the amount of people who go, oh, well, I've been depressed as well. I've just never told anyone about it. So it's really just part of this thing. The more we talk about it, the more we smile about it, the better it's going to get.
The less the stigma, isn't it?
Exactly. But people are still frightened.
They are. And there's this tagline to the book, which we liked. It's Adventures in Depression with a Crab of Hate. Now, what are you talking about?
Well, Winston Churchill talked about his black dog that he had, and that's a common description for depression. Mine's the Crab of Hate. And what it is he crawls up my back and he grabs onto my earlobes and he whispers into my ear.
Painful.
It's very painful. And it's quite acute. In the book, it's quite a cute wee illustration we've got. And it helps me to just say to my wife, the Crab of Hate here. Instead of going, because sometimes it's quite difficult to say I'm depressed. That's quite a difficult word. So I try and personify it as an animal, so it's easier to talk about. I mean, the way of talking about depression is just to make it easy to talk about it. And so that makes it easier for me to say, I'm down because the crab of hate's sitting on my back.
Yeah.
And the point is, it's always there, but you can't see it. But I know that it's there, talking to me all the time.
And so who do you hope reads this book, then? Is it for those that are feeling the way that you do, or is it for family members to help those that are feeling the same way?
It's for people who have depression, but it's almost more importantly for people who live with us, work with us, love us, because depression is so many different things that hopefully this will give an insight into what it's like. And some of the techniques I've developed with my wife and my friends if I am depressed. Because it really is, I've embraced it. It's a positive thing, this book. It's a positive book about depression because I'm on top of it.
And even weirdly, the title, Cheer Up Love, that's kind of a bit of advice in itself, isn't it? Because you say that's not the way to deal with it.
Yeah, I have to say, if you're depressed, the worst thing in the world is someone going, cheer up, love.
Yeah.
It might never happen. Because you go, no, it has. It has, actually. I'm feeling very, very, very down just now.
Yeah.
So it's just a few things that people who haven't been depressed, you can't just cheer up. If you could, none of us would be depressed. And it's not to be nasty to anyone who's trying to help people who are depressed, but it's just to say, here are some cool things. For example, just saying, how can I help? To someone who's feeling depressed. An open question can be a really positive thing to help people out. So it's for anyone, it's for young people, because I don't want anyone to feel as lonely as I did when I was a teenager. So it's really for not just depressed people sitting in a corner of a bookshop reading it on their own. It's for everybody to read, to learn more about depression.
Yeah, well, as Susan said, really important message, but hilarious at the same time.
It's funny at the same time, yes.
Cheer Up Love, Adventures in Depression with a Crab of Hate by Susan is out today.
Right. If I had a pound, Susan, I give you a pound, what would you spend it on?
I'd go into a pound shop and try and buy a ball gown.
Al?
They sell them in pound shops.
Your pound.
Coca-Cola bottles. No, I changed my mind. A tugboat from a scrapyard.
Amazing. I'd buy the same. There's 3 of us now. Watch this. That's
for a
what. Do you know
pound.
what? That's what the One Show's all about. Passionate people doing what they can for our heritage.
Better than 100 cola bottles.
Yeah, very good. Now, you may remember Paul Mayhew Archer, the writer of The Vicar of Dibley, who we featured recently. He shared his experience of living with Parkinson's. Well, Paul was keen to make another film for us, and as he considers the prospect of retirement, we've set him to work again.
Yes, he's not the only one with ideas of what to do when he says goodbye to the 9 to 5. It seems President Obama has also been giving it some thought. Paul, now, the sun has been out all day, which means 2 things in my book. A large glass of rosé and mini-golf.
Oh, you can't go wrong. Well, listen, Susan, we've got a quick challenge for you.
Yes.
We've set this up, especially for you here.
I feel so privileged.
You've got to see how many of these balls you can put in the hole in 60 seconds.
Yeah, but because you're a bit of a pro, we're going to make it slightly more difficult and ask you questions on the way around, okay? 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Okay,
Ready?
on your marks, get set, go! First question, easy one to start. What's your best one-liner?
I don't have one, Alex. I don't have one.
We'll move on.
Under such pressure.
Really?
You're a regular on Radio Sports, the news quiz.
Yes.
It's presented by Miles Jupp, isn't it?
Yes.
But who's your favourite, Miles Jupp or your friend, Sandy Toxfig, who used to do it?
I love them both equally. I cannot choose. I cannot choose.
How do you prepare for a stand-up gig, Susan?
I sound like a superhero.
Excellent, we love it.
Is that
when
true?
was the last time you dressed up your cats and as what? Because we know you love doing that to your cats.
30 seconds.
Burns Night, Tam O'Shanter. A nice wee Tammy.
Okay.
In kilts
20
as well.
seconds to go. Come on,
Your
go on,
most
Susan.
embarrassing moment.
I burst into the toilet on the train when someone was in.
Oh,
no.
They
15
hadn't locked
seconds.
the door. They hadn't locked the door.
10 seconds left.
Most unexpected thing that we could find in your home.
A custom-made tiger suit.
What?
You can have that.
A custom-made tiger suit? Which of your cats? Oh, time out. But
High five, high five. High five for 4. 4, you got 4.
That's
which
really
is good.
good.
Very
Okay.
good. Very good. We have got a little trophy somewhere which you can have. You can take that home because we know you're going back on the sleeper train. Back on the sleeper train. Anyway, listen, that's all we have got time for tonight. A big thank you to Susan for joining
Thank
us.
you very
Lovely.
much. Thank
And Susan's book, Cheer Up Love, is out now.
Yes.
tomorrow, Ricky Wilson's standing in for Matt, and we'll be joined by top acting talent Lily James and Richard Madden. And Rick Astley's going to be playing out here. See you at 7.
You can have the rosé now.
Right, rosé.